Hello and thank you for joining ContentoNow TV, the TV show that hosts authors from many countries around the world, trying to reveal some secrets of behind the scenes of their publishing journey. We're so happy to host with us here in our TV studios, Eliezer Cohen, Cheetah. Hello to you, Cheetah.
Hello, good morning.
And you have the new book. This is My Land. If you could share with us the name. What do you mean by this is my land?
Well, it started with the Hebrew
Hebrew version,
which is in distribution today with Stimatsky. Hoi Artzi Moladiti, it's a song of Tchaikovsky. And the song is Hoi Artzi Moladiti, this is my country, my homeland.
So many Jewish people around the world that are seeing you right now as a colonel, as a former member of the Israeli Knesset, they're saying, what exactly do you mean in this new book, in the English edition, this is my land?
This is the land of the Jews. Eretz Israel was the land of the Jewish people more than 3,000 years ago. The past in the book is here. King David and Solomon.
Yep.
The future in the book is here. The remaining of what remained in our hands, the western Eretz Israel, Eretz Israel HaMa'aravit, the western Eretz Israel. The eastern is the United Kingdom of Jordan. You know, Churchill gave it as a present to the grandfather Abdullah.
So you're saying what practically is the homeland of the Jewish people is here to remain. The western part is not to divide.
Absolutely not. We don't have to give 1 meter anymore. The borders of today are the borders of Israel, of the country. We should declare that these are final borders.
As an internal Israeli decision that has nothing to do with the world, just simply to declare that?
Nothing to do with anything. This was ours in the Bible. It is ours now. It will be ours forever.
For eternity.
For eternity, I would say, yeah.
But you, if you should remember, in the 6 Days War, you personally, as not yet a colonel, but an Israeli pilot of helicopters, in the 6 Days War, you were part of really creating the northern border at the Israeli Golan Heights. What exactly happened in this unique chapter of the Israeli history?
I'll come to this, but in the war before, the 6 Day War, in 56, I was fighter pilot, and it was with the British power, with the British army, and with the French army. All the Middle East was in a big mixture of war, and Israel conquered the Sinai Desert the second time. 6 Day War was the third time. First time, War of Independence. Second time, 56 War, Kadesh. And the third time, 6 Day War. And I saw with my own eyes, as a young lieutenant. I was fighter pilot, bombing Egyptian tanks in the Sinai. And I saw what's happening in the Middle East. Everybody comes with his big army, with his few hundreds of tanks and cannons, and he wants to conquer Israel. They wanted it in the War of Independence. They tried to do it in 56. And now in 67, the Egyptian army and the Syrian army came to the borders and wanted to conquer Israel.
And you were sitting. You were sitting at the cockpit in your helicopter.
I was sitting in a cockpit of my helicopter. I turned to be helicopter pilot in the 6 Day War, and the commander of the Northern Command, General Elazar Dado, told me to take troops to destroy a house up over the Kibbutz Engev. This house was in the hands of the Syrians up on the rocks, and they were directing the cannons to destroy all the towns and the cities and the settlements of the Israelis down there in the Hula Valley and the Kinneret.
Yes, in the Upper Galilee.
In the Galilee.
And then you were going there. That was the first move. You were trying to destroy this settlement.
This building that was directing all the cannons of all the Syrian army in the Golan Heights.
Was it easy or hard?
It was really easy because I just came. You know, if this is the
original map.
Yeah, the original map. If this is the Lake Galilee, I took off from here, from Perea, and I came from the back over Engeb to the building that was directing all the cannons, Syrian cannons, to Israel.
And then,
so I came, and there was nobody there.
So the mission was complete within seconds.
The soldiers took out the explosive from the other helicopter and bombed the buildings. And then I thought, what? Am I going to bring back the 30 soldiers that I brought from Perea, from Israel, back to Israel? No. I was a major, but I have made a personal decision to take these 30 soldiers inside the Golan Heights.
Over the border?
Over the border, behind enemy lines, 8 kilometers to a road section, Fikel Al today. And they landed there, and they found there something like 30 to 35 Syrians. They had a short battle. I was sitting with the 3 helicopters aside, 2 kilometers away on a hill, in a back hill. And I was watching the battle, and I saw that the paratroopers that I brought took over, and it was in our hand.
So practically, you were at that specific time, like drawing the new border line of Israel at the Golan Heights over what was then the Syrian territory.
Absolutely yes, absolutely yes. I was sent to take the soldiers to bomb the building.
Yes.
But the building they bombed the building, but we did nothing yet. So I penetrate inside by my decision, because I was there in 64, 65, 66. I saw that the Syrians all the time are trying to block our waters from the north to the country, are trying to shell houses, and we took every week or another week wounded from our cities out by the shelling of the Syrians. So I decided that I'm not going to just sit and wait, and I took the soldiers to the road junction, and that was the first point.
8 kilometers. And now what was the second point? Going back to Israel, or?
Now I stayed there with them, and I talked by the radio to the commander of the paratroopers, and I told him what I did. And he says, what? Are you inside 8 kilometers? I said, yes. And where are my troops? I said, where they are. Then he says, my God, we have to reinforce them. We have to bring some more. They cannot stay there. If more Syrians will come, they have to defend themselves. So, well, I'm coming. It's an helicopter. It's not a jeep or a command car that have to come over all the mines and to cross the border. We just have to fly some more minutes. I went back to Perea, and a convoy, aerial convoy, started to move. Every few moments, 3 helicopters brought 30 soldiers and landed them at the point that I landed the first 30. Every few moments, another 30 came, and we built up there a battalion, which were 400 paratroopers, and we can say that we have a stronghold up there in the Golan Heights.
That's amazing.
Now, what else can we do? We thought that the ceasefire is coming. They started to shout in the radio, all the radios of the army started to give us orders. Listen, everybody, listen. In 2 hours, we are going to have ceasefire. It's the end of the war.
And for you, 2 hours are a great opportunity.
And I said to myself, my God, the war is going to be stopped, and the Syrians will be on the Golan Heights, and they'll continue destroying Israel. So I went to the commander of the paratrooper, Colonel Danny Matt, which was my great friend, and he was a great general later, and one of the commanders of our army. And I said to him, Danny, listen, the war is going to end, and we are sitting here on top of our old cities and villages. And he says, what can we do? I said, you've got the helicopter. I've got the helicopters. You've got the troops. Let's go in. He said, what in? How much in? let's go to the command post, which I took my helicopter, started it, and jumped with the colonel to the command post. The command post, there was another story. In the command post, nobody was there.
Because there were...
Because 2 days before,
Yep.
an Israeli brigade captured the city of Quneitra. This is the Hermon mountain. And up in the north, an Israeli brigade captured the Syrian city of Quneitra.
Yes.
Everybody from the command post went with my helicopters to Quneitra to celebrate conquering Quneitra.
So who gave the permission for you to go to the another step forward?
And
Yep.
the situation is that...
This is the original map, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were here celebrating in Quneitra. I was here with Danny Matt asking, whom can we ask the permission to go inside? They say there is only one colonel that is in here. We'll go to talk with him. Then he says to me, well, you land all the paratroopers here, but I cannot allow you to go further. This is strategic move.
Yep.
We have to have the permission of the chief of staff, or at least the head of the Northern Command.
Yes, if
So
not
I
the
said,
Israeli government.
what can you allow me to do? Then he says, you know what? I am giving you an order to do a patrol, aerial patrol, to see where are the Syrians.
Yep.
I took my helicopter with my navigator,
Yep.
and my navigator navigate on the road to Damascus. This is the road to Damascus with 1 million scale map. We didn't have a map for so much inside.
For the navigation.
For the navigation. In 1 million map, we navigate till I found here a strong position of the Syrians shooting at me like hell, anti-aircraft fire. If I would not brake and run away behind a wheel, they would shoot me down.
So what move did you do in order to save your life?
I turned sharply down and ran away behind a hill. And here comes the story. On the hill, I landed up there, 2 kilometers away. They were continuing shooting, but I was up in the hill, landed up on the hill, and I told the paratroopers to go down. The commander says to me, hey, Cheetah, I was following your navigation. We are 30 kilometers inside the Golan Heights. I said, yes, I know. I was navigating too. I've got a navigator. Then he says, so what are you doing? Why are you telling me to go down here? I said, you're going down here because I'm going to bring all your comrades here.
Amazing.
I shouted in the radio, who's flying in the aerial convoy, the short one, the close one. Everybody, every captain of my helicopters answered to me, and he says, I'm leading threesome, I'm leading 4 helicopters, I'm leading 2 helicopters. So I say, all of you stop flying the paratroopers to the first point, because I've got a new point for you, much deeper. And like a cowboy, I was flying with my helicopters, leading the new formations with the new paratroopers inside 30 kilometers to the Golan Heights, which is today the corner of the border of the Israeli Golan Heights, the southeastern corner border of Israel.
Which is part of the cover of the new international book that you are in the process of launching. This is the
Golan Heights.
The Golan Heights, practically, with this remarkable story, you were drawing by your own hands and your own helicopter.
And the conclusion was that Quneitra was captured by the armored, by the infantry. And the south border of Israel was conquered by helicopters and paratroopers. The other day, the day later, they closed the border, and here is the Golan Heights border.
That is amazing.
The south was captured by us, by the helicopters, and the north by armored, and we have got the Golan Heights in our hands.
Since then.
And I've got a good joke for you about it. I was a member of Knesset in the parliament, Israeli parliament, and Ahmed Tibi was shouting one day in the Knesset, you are conquerors, you are conquerors. We conquered nothing. We threw out the Jordanians that conquered Israel in the War of Independence. But the only conqueror that you can say that it was the conquering of the Golan Heights. So I said to him, hey, Ahmed, I'm a conqueror. I conquered the Golan Heights. This is the only part that we conquer.
You know, with this remarkable story that you are telling in many lectures in Israel, but also in the United States, there is another conquer that you're talking about in the books, which is also the new, hopefully coming, the Israeli Constitution. So
Absolutely.
when you're talking with that, with senators, with American, with part of the Jewish leadership in the United States, you're saying that you want that, like the United States, they have their own constitution, also Israel would have one?
Israel need constitution more than the United States. The United States needed the constitution to bring people from all over the world to create a melting pot, to create a nation, to create the Americans, and to create the United States of America. There was no need for the Jewish people. Israel was the country of the Jewish people 3,000 years ago.
So, Cheetah, what was the constitution exactly needed now?
I'm telling you, part of the book is our past, and our past is 3,000 years of Jewish people in Eretz Israel. The next thing is the future. What should we do for the future? And in the middle, there are the pages of what is wrong, why our system of voting is very, very old and not fitted to our people and to our country, to our citizens. Why is it that the governing system, there is no governing system? We think that it's democratic. It's not. The judges of Israel are sitting in the parliament, and the people of parliament are sitting in the government, and the people of the government are sitting in the Knesset. It's a mixture, unique. There is no other system like that in the world, because we never built a system of voting. We never built a system of controlling, ruling the country. I am for presidential system. For a presidential system that the president will lead effectively the country, but he needs a government, small government of 12 members, professionals, to lead the country. This country is prospering. We are so free, we never have been like that. We've been always in the diaspora for 2,000 years. This country is free, is prospering, is doing very well. Everybody is happy now, but the political system is wrong. And constitution, democratic constitution system, will do for Israel what it needs, and the needs are?
In one sentence.
One sentence. System of voting, system of governing, constitution that will constitute it forever, and separation the state from the Bet Knesset. A religion is separation in between a man and his God. It has nothing to do in politics.
Cheetah Cohen, we would love to continue and have you in more and more talks in our studio. I want to thank you so much for joining us here today. And
I should remember that this book is maybe wide and with many pages, but there are many, many stories, only the important one to be told in this book.
And you know, you have this book and also the books in Hebrew, and also the books that were translated into Persian in Iran, and also the books that are in China and about the Air Force. So many content, but mainly an experience and a show in lectures that you're giving, also in Jewish communities in the United States. And if you want to be part of this unique experience with the former member of the Israeli Knesset and the colonel, Eliezer Cohen, Cheetah, please don't hesitate throughout the website, on YouTube, on Facebook, or just give a phone call, and we'll be more than happy to connect the dots.
Yesterday, I was with General Shaike Gavish, the commander of the Southern, the big commander. I lectured in front of a few, it was like 200, 250 officers, veterans of the army. They all know it was the day of the Six-Day War.
That was amazing. 6th
of June, we were lecturing and talking about the good war that we had in the Six-Day War.
Cheetah Cohen,
successful.
I want to thank you so much, and I want you also to thank you for joining ContentoNow TV.
Thank you.